Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
I was excited for the show, and then I saw your hat. And now I just kind of don't care.
Come on, Zealeus.
Nope, sorry. I'm just sad and despondent.
Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have somehow misplaced my Alter Confusion hat, and so it's either this or I wore the beanie. Do you want me to wear the beanie, Zealeus?
I'm not sure I believe you.
Would it make you feel better?
I think you're messing with my confusion.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I am, of course, I'm your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the Comer himself, Zealeus.
The sad Zealeus.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Thursday Night Hangout. It's a live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. Any point during the show, if you have any topics, questions, opinions, thoughts, please add them to the chat, be it on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. And we will try to add it to the show. If we do, unfortunately, run out of time, we'll add it to the very next show. I apologize that this show is starting a little bit, a good bit later. I did have a basketball game tonight, and then there was some issues with getting my wonderful streaming software to actually recognize that I am allowed to stream on different platforms.
Are you even allowed, bro?
Yeah, I'm allowed, man. I'm allowed. Anyways. So let's get into some of these topics here. The first one is, I don't know if y'all have seen it yet or not, but the first look of the new Highlander that Henry Cavill is spearheading looks pretty sweet. Just saying.
The funny thing is, like, there's so much fake AI slop where I feel like every advertisement is like, Henry Cavill is in this new fantasy sci-fi type of show. But, like, until you actually see, like, in this case, an actual show or like preview, I don't actually believe it until like something is actually shown for you. They're like, oh, okay, it was not actually made up.
Well, even when it's actually shown, there's still a part of me going, I don't know, AI. But that being said, Henry Cavill actually was the one who posted, happy first look for Highlander. This has been quite the journey for me, which I'll tell you all about when the time is right. But it's a special moment to be able to share this. I hope you enjoy.
Because it has the guys from from John Wick. So that from a action stunt choreographed perspective gives me hope. That's gonna be badass.
I mean, the cast that they got here, I mean, they've got Russell Crowe. They have Batista. They also have Marissa Bella, Karen Gillian, Jeremy Irons. I mean, it's a cast.
They're missing one very important person.
Lambert.
Yes. It would be kind of funny if like he almost just had like a random cameo.
Yes.
In there, and he just kind of shows up for one of the scenes, just kind of looks like and just kind of walks on or something. Just kind of a little nod.
Yeah, that would be sweet. That would be sweet somehow.
Just acknowledge him.
Yes. He's got, I mean, I'm sure that he's got a cameo in there. He's still kicking, right?
Yeah, he is, yeah. Okay. I mean, that seems like something that Cavill would do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's Sean Connery. Well, I know technically he was never the Highlander, but it's Sean Connery who is no longer with us.
Yes.
Yeah. When I think he was trying to do like a, what was it? He was doing like a Spanish accent in one of them, if I remember right.
Yeah, he was actually, he's actually, he was Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be he was supposed to be the Spaniard, but he did it with his, basically James Bond or his normal accent, which was not Spanish.
Whenever I think of the Spanish guy, I just think honestly of the 13th Warrior.
Yeah.
Which is kind of in the same theme as Highlander, to be honest. Which is a great movie that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah. So, but anyways, what's up, Mr. Chip? But I'm excited. I don't know when it's actually going to come out, but
someday.
Yes.
I'll notice when it comes to streaming. Netflix or Amazon or whatever comes on. That's the only reason I'll notice.
Well, it moved to Amazon MGM, so
but they still do theatrical releases, even though it's Amazon MGM.
right, but
it'll come to Amazon streaming then sooner than
Right.
anything else.
exactly.
So I think
That's
your
where I was
point.
going at. Or that was what I was going for.
Yep. Although I did see Netflix now has all the James Bonds. So I was like, okay, that's interesting.
I can't figure out where the heck everything is going at this point in time.
I don't chase streaming movies or TV shows because I figure eventually it'll make the rounds. I guess with the exception of Apple TV stuff, because I don't think they.
Whoops.
I know, yeah. I don't think Apple TV does distribution of their stuff. Maybe someday, but not quite now.
Yeah. I just
or I
screwed up
guess this-
Zealeus's video.
Yes, you did. Good job, sir.
This is what happens when I don't know what the active window is. And I try to create a new tab on the other browser and forget to switch back to the other browser.
Okay. You just forget about me. I see how it is.
Okay.
But speaking of Apple TV, there's one I'm actually potentially excited about.
Yes. Zealeus, you want to talk about it?
It's been rumored, not necessarily for this specific service, but for feels like years now, there's been rumors of Mr. Brandon Sanderson and his Cosmere universe coming to streaming somewhere. Sure, one time it was rumored for Netflix or Amazon, but now it's officially been announced that it's coming to not Amazon Prime, to Apple TV in the form of specifically the original plan, at least, we'll see what actually happens, is the Mistborn will become movies, and then what's the other series?
The Stormlight
I haven't
Archive.
actually read it. Thank you. The Stormlight Archive will become a television series. I'm guessing almost kind of like a oh my gosh, the one on Amazon Prime, the Wheel of Time. It'd almost be in that fashion where it's a long-running fantasy series with lots of lore and overarching things going on. What kind of the cool thing is, so the totality of Brandon Sanderson, it's really known as the Cosmere, where everything, including between the Stormlight and Mistborn, is actually like one interconnected kind of universe. I've not read Stormlight to see the combinations, but I'm assuming someday I will, that there will be overlap. What I'm kind of curious of is, are they going to do actually anything with the Wax and Wayne series? Because it is very different from his other fantasy stuff, but it's still a hell of a fun series.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had to do a wardrobe change to hopefully make Zealeus happier.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I don't personally have Apple TV streaming. I never used it, but everything I've seen about Apple TV streaming is apparently they do a great job with their series. So I would be cautiously optimistic that they would actually not screw it up. And hello,
Blaine.
not Blaine on a plane, so I'm very confused.
Yeah, Blaine on a plane.
Yes. So I don't know. Have you actually read the Way of the Kings?
See, here's the thing. I read so many books. I feel like I have, maybe, possibly. I can't even remember.
Who knows?
Okay, so Pluribus is an Apple TV show, and Blaine highly recommends it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard
hear
nothing but good things about
their
it.
streaming in general. Like, they don't do a half-assed job if they're going to do the streaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm just going to sneak into my sister's house and watch all of Ted Lasso.
Just sit there until you finish it all. Don't even leave.
Yeah. Oh, hey, guys. Sorry, I finally going to get around to watching this on your Apple TV. Okay.
That doesn't sound like an unreasonable way to maybe spend a snowy Saturday coming up.
Oh God, please.
I mean, imagine if you got snowed in there, you'd have no choice but to not leave and watch the entire series. I'm just saying, safety first. You can't leave.
What Zealeus is alluding to is the fact that in the South, if we see like anything, any itty bitty strange substance coming from the sky, we lock down this city. Or even if it isn't, if there's nothing coming from the sky, if we feel like Ice-Mageddon is going to get us, which it didn't, at least not my house.
Hey, I lost power for a couple hours. I felt the pain and suffering of 67 degrees in my condo until it came back on.
According to the outage map of Georgia Power, I was supposed to have lost power for 7 hours, but I never did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I will say there is something eerie about, like, we have so much, I call it ambient sensory overload, where there's always something. It might be the fridge. You have your night light. You know, you have the water heater. Like, you have something always going on for the sensories, you know, hearing, sight, whatever it is. And when you lose power and there's nothing, like, it's kind of eerie, actually, especially at night. Because there's no light now, because it's, you know, it's like 10 o'clock this happened. So it's kind of creepy when there's like zero sound, zero just anything was like weird.
Yeah, the absence of the ambient noises of your place is spooky.
Yeah, it is. It was kind of nice, though, honestly, to just have nothing for, I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night, so it's time to go to bed, but it was kind of nice for, like, I wouldn't want a permanently, but like, no, it's kind of cool.
So speaking of TV series coming, or I guess sci-fi fantasy series coming to streaming platforms, there is another one. Amazon MGM Studios has the exclusive rights to Elisa Kova's best-selling novel Dragon Cursed, and is currently planning to turn the saga into a feature film. So Amazon MGM is busy.
So my conundrum with these, and it's the same that's happened with Netflix, and now I have an Amazon with the canceling of Wheel of Time, just as I was actually getting better. That's still argue the first 2 seasons were good, but the third just got better.
Yeah.
Is like, and I know I'm not alone, when the first one comes out, I'm just going to be like, whatever. I'll wait till the second and third one comes out. And like, it now for these shows creates this negative feedback loop where I want to see, is it actually continued? Because I don't want to necessarily invest my resources into something that's just going to be canceled after the second season or movie or whatever it is anyways. So, and I mean, Wheel of Time's pretty high profile when it's canceled. So now when you have these fantasy book adaptations, I generally mean it now with a giant meh, especially from Amazon, Netflix. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, whatever, basically. I mean, even you look at the one that's still running, which is Ring of Power, which is like just a middling 7 out of 10 to me. Like, it's okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just kind of there. Yeah, so I'm pretty nonplussed about it. Doesn't help that I haven't read the series. I'm still waiting for the Sarah J. Maas stuff to be transcribed to TV and see who screws that one up.
Yes, well,
Eventually.
See, that's the thing for me. I mean, it's really cool to see a lot of sci-fi fantasy stuff getting picked up by all these different streaming services because, of course, they want the content, and most of these series have a huge following, and so you're trying to bridge into a different medium, but at the same time, there's part of me that's always fearful that they're going to muck it up. Now, of course, as we've Zealeus has pointed out on many occasions, I am a purist when it comes to Harry Potter, and I mean, yes, do I enjoy the movies? Sure. Do I think that they're faithful adaptations to the books? they could have done better, but now they're making a TV series and they're flipping and flopping like different character roles and stuff. That's fine, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not going to be the same. I don't know. I do find it already having signed on. I think they already like locked in for like 5 or 6 seasons of the Harry Potter thing. I'm like, that's ambitious, but maybe that's what was required in order to gain the rights to do the TV series. I don't know.
Well, that was the rumor with Ring of Power.
Yeah.
It was basically they signed like a 5-year deal with the Tolkien estate. But yeah, I mean, just so many have been canceled over the years. Like, let's see, you got like Warrior Nun. You had Bone and Shadow, which really, that one made me sad. That was a great show. Winx Saga, Fate Winx, whatever it's called. There's just a bunch, mostly Netflix ones, because it's really only Amazon Prime's recently picked up the fantasy. But again, real time. My guess is they probably would have canceled Ring of Power, honestly, if they didn't have that contract, because it's costumes.
There was a series that only lasted 1 season that was on Netflix called The October Faction, which was kind of like in the same vein as like a oh my gosh, just lock and key type situation.
Sure.
So I think but
I mean, I'm at the point where like when they adapt a fantasy series,
Sandman got a second season, and now they're done.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of Sandman, right? We're like, but they knew going into season 2 that was the last season.
Yeah.
So they're able to kind of wrap it up. I'm assuming, I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming they're able to wrap it up season 2.
I'm so torn.
Well,
I want to see it, but at the same time, it's that Neil Gaiman put us in a really weird ass situation.
Oh, yeah. I guess where I was going with that though is I was rather like something like Shadow and Bone or these other series I mentioned, almost be like, all right, we're doing 3 seasons. The 3 seasons are going to be phenomenal, and then we're calling it a day.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to like almost be like a Game of Thrones, where you have like 7 series or seasons, sorry, and then it's canceled after like season 1, 2, 3 on like giant cliffhangers. So almost be like just
it's like Firefly all over again.
Really well and just call it a day. Because there's just something about the fantasy series where they just don't go on.
It's Firefly every single time.
Yeah.
But at least now with all these series they basically release in a season and then exit, at least they actually get to show they're actually giving you the episodes in the right order. Sorry, I'm still a little, burnt about Firefly, and that's like a bajillion years ago at this point.
I mean, I think that's the club to be in, bro.
I'm just saying.
Hey, and then of course, every couple of years there's a rumor of the resurrection or the reboot or the movie or something.
The video game. Right. Blaine's like, the business side of Hollywood sucks. It needs to hit impossible numbers to get renewed, and it also needs to be cheap to produce, which is why we continue to see an uptick in reality trash, because reality TV is cheap.
Well, I saw now, like, the front page of Netflix now has, like, all this podcast shit, which I could obviously give less than 2 shits about.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Because they don't have the Ultra Confusion podcast on the main page. Damn it. That's why we don't give a shit.
But from a streaming perspective, like when I go to sit down and watch a Netflix, like the idea of watching a podcast, like why? I just does not appeal to me in the least. I don't know. Like a podcast is fine for like when I'm cleaning the house or I'm driving or I'm walking around the neighborhood. Like that's one thing, right?
Right.
But just to sit there, turn on the Apple TV, watch my streaming for Netflix in my recliner, is that really that big of a captive audience to watch podcast? I don't know.
Talk to the people who tune into all the different ESPN shows, because those are literally just podcasts that are broadcast on their stations.
Okay, fair point.
Blaine's like, this is why I watch anime. Freer in season 2. Yes, I need that right now. Just put that out there. I also need, I know this is going to sound weird, but I was like, my life as a vending machine or something. That's a good one. I know it sounds bizarre. And, well, actually, while we're on the anime thing, I know we're going off on it. Can we get, like, can we go back to, like, short titles instead of giving us a fucking synopsis? The time I was reincarnated as the hero's rib and had to live through the Dark Lord's assassination of the pretty princess from the Elven Kingdom. Tralala.
You just gotta have the acronym, bro.
I wish I had actually written that down. Then I could try to figure out an acronym, but I'm not going to try to recall something I just said because my brain does not work right now.
Has it ever worked?
Yes. Back in 1998?
Well, that was back in the day.
I know. That was way back in the day. Okay. So there's an interesting to change gears here. There's an interesting court case that happened recently in the UK, United Kingdom, that centered around the good old RuneScape. It turns out that a developer, or ex-developer at this point, has been stealing gold from gamers that are still utilizing RuneScape, and then selling it for Bitcoin or cryptocurrency.
So is he like siphoning off gold like literally a plot point from hackers?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Now, this gentleman, or I believe it's a gentleman, has basically stolen and then sold $700,000 worth of gold from RuneScape. And a UK judge has ruled that this theft is fair game. Even though the gold doesn't actually hold any value, the reason why it's fair game is because the gentleman who stole it then turned around and sold it for real money, which then becomes,
What do you mean? But what does fair game mean? I don't know what that means in this context.
It means you could sue for the theft of in-game currency.
So it's almost like the transitive property of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if this guy had basically just stolen all this gold and then I guess like bartered it for random shit within the game, I don't think they would have had like grounds to do it. But because he turned around and was like gold farming, now this dude is in the crosshairs.
How did he steal it?
Let's see here.
Wait, I'm not ready.
He hacked 68 player accounts, seized hundreds of billions of gold pieces, which he then sold outside the game for Bitcoin.
I mean, it's kind of ingenious if you think about it. As a developer, that's a great way to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, in a way, it's like playing poker and the table gets a rake. It's not a whole lot different.
I mean, this back in the day, I mean, people were putting up their in-game items onto eBay and getting real money, but that was,
Yeah.
that was their hard-earned,
That was my fat raid gear, my purple loot, sir.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, yes, the guy's scummy. He probably shouldn't have hacked the accounts and done this. I'm fairly ambivalent. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because in the context of the greater shitstorm that is the world right now, I just have a hard time getting riled up about it.
We get riled up too much every single day.
I think of like the overly. It's tricky because there's on one hand you don't want to necessarily mitigate what a person did or be like, oh, they're not culpable, But then, okay, I'm going to go on my own rant here. One of the banes of my existence is fucking gambling on every single sports game now and show. To me, it's 100% predatory
Oh yeah.
and just has absolutely no place in sports. To be like in the middle of a game, having like, and King, come bet on this game. I'm like, what? How's this ethical by any stretch of the imagination? So it's
Bet
like,
if this guy is going to score 4 points in the fourth quarter.
yeah. So when I think of those things that are currently going on, which is perfectly legal and okay,
Yeah.
and yet something like this UK thing, which again, I'm not saying that's okay. It's just I have a hard time getting riled up with things like that when you have like all the crazy gambling shenanigans going on now.
You get there's a new gambling platform out there that takes you a step further.
Oh, what's that?
I wanted to call it Kashi, and it's literally like it basically takes prop bets. You know, like during the Super Bowl, there's gonna be a prop bet over under how long it's gonna take to sing the national anthem, or
Sure, yeah.
But Kashi, I think it's called Kashi. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, someone figure it out and then post it in the chat. But you could literally be you could bet on the result of an election, the result of a vote in the state house.
Which I 100% think should be illegal.
The level of the different things that you can bet on is insane now.
And I know like so this year we saw I know KSU was actually implicated in this, was
Yes.
point shaving.
They lost their best player.
And like, again, it's not okay that the kids did this, but now that gambling, like before it was like under the radar, it was the bookie. And you always had to like kind of go out of your way to basically point shaving. Like it wasn't necessarily in your face, but now it's so in your face where that allure of doing it, it's going to be there. Like that temptation. And also, and you also see all the time now, the other thing that you see a lot is because people are doing these bets on basically everything under the sun, is now people's social media are getting blown up because, oh my gosh, you lost me a bet because you lost that last second 3-pointer.
Oh yeah.
So it's brought the like insanity level of civil discourse to a whole new level because people are losing their damn minds over gambling.
And some people take it a step further. They'll not only go after the person who missed the field goal or decided to go on fourth down instead of punting it away, but they'll actually go after their family members.
Yeah.
And just berate them about how stupid their son, father, brother, girlfriend, wife, whatever, husband. It's whatever. It's called Kalshi, Kalshi. It is a regulated exchange and prediction market where you can trade on the outcome of real world events.
Great. And it's one of those things where like other things, like, okay, even like the casino, right?
Yeah.
Like a casino, at least actually, like poker, which I mentioned earlier, like to me at least, there's at least you kind of have to go out of your way to physically go to the casino.
Yes.
And there is a bit of, you can argue whether the economic impact is good or bad, but they're actually like, there's jobs there. There's things going on, right? It's a little bit sketchy, but at the same time, like, okay. Whereas when you come to things like DraftKings and these things, like, it literally only benefits the rich. Like, there's no positive kickback to the economy whatsoever off of all this gambling bullshit.
Right.
It's just, there's like, to me, there's zero net negative positive impact to society on gambling. The widespread gambling you have now. Again, when you go back to like the casinos, like the reservations, I'm ambivalent, but like what we have now online with DraftKings and that stuff is just unethical. And yeah.
Let's get to the
There's
point
no
where
positive coming out of it.
I mean, you got when it comes to sports, you've got entire segments and shows on like ESPN and Fox Sports that are all about sports gambling now.
Yes, and like, I don't know how that's not a conflict of interest. I mean, I think we can recognize it is, but as the great ESPN Disney overlords, the sports books companies are paying them so much freaking money. Well, of course, they're not going to care, and they're just going to look the other way.
Right.
Yeah. It's, yeah. And, you know, kind of like going back to the point shaving, I think now, because there was a time where point shaving was an issue, and then I'm just going to kind of ignore college athletics for the sake of argument, but like tennis was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Or like kind of this one-on-one, but then they started to make enough money where like was not economically worth it to basically throw a match for like your random back alley bookie. Like they weren't paying you enough money to throw a match basically. But now you got millions, hundreds of millions of dollars flowing into gambling, where all of a sudden it's very different.
Right. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's move on to the
that
next
was
story.
a fun rant aside.
Yes. Let's move on to the next story. The next story, I'm going to be totally honest with you. This game kind of like hit my radar for half a second and then fell off because I'm just not an online gamer. But there was a game that was a highly sought game. It's a free-to-play game. It just came out. It's called Highguard.
I've heard of it.
It was,
I know nothing about it.
It came out January 26th, so that was 3 days ago. And the first day or two, everyone was streaming it. And now it's kind of completely bottomed out.
Oh, it's like a new PvP kind of sort of game?
It is, let's see here if I can figure, Highguard. It is a free-to-play, it's like a, everyone's comparing it to Concord. Ooh, that's not a good thing.
Oh, but it's the game that clearly says it's not Concord.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember reading some threads on it when it came out, just kind of see. And basically, from what I had seen, the comments were basically like, I installed it. It was interesting.
Yeah.
And I moved back to whatever game I was playing. That was basically the consensus.
So it's a hero shooter.
Oh, hey. Sorry, Blaine, but that was kind of the consensus I had is, again, this is not me actually playing it. It just didn't stand out from what already is out there. I don't know.
So it in the first 24 hours, it peaked at 382, almost 383,000 Twitch viewers, and now it's down to about 24.
It is kind of fascinating to me that we put so much emphasis on like that metric.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've mentioned it, where it's like it had 8 million people the first day, and then it dropped off to 100,000. Is the game dead? That happens all the time. It's kind of funny. I don't know. It's just, the weird stock we put into concurrent players. It must meet a threshold.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways, speaking
Have you
of,
installed it yet?
I have not. But speaking of online shooters, there is a new one coming up from Valve. It is called Deadlock, and Blaine says it got Trinity to hate on it because it was in the last slot at the Game Awards, and gamers decided to hate on it. Which,
yeah,
actually, here this next game, Deadlock, can do the exact same thing. And the reason behind that is that They are introducing a voting table in the games, which allows the users to select which of the 6 new heroes will be released first, causing mob mentality. Now, as we know, when you open yourself up to allowing your consumers to dictate things could go sideways. You could get things like, what was it, Bodie McBoatface as your official name for your super duper boat. But with this one, I don't know. I feel like you could get a bunch of trolls that are going to jack with the voting table.
I mean, you're right. Online voting is silly and fraught with peril.
Yes.
But in this context, I would look at it probably as there's only 6 heroes to choose from. It's not like they're asking them to create a hero and you decide what hero we're going to create. So it's probably like internally Valve has already kind of, vetted these 6 and they're just kind of like, if we need to make it, it's fine. So yes, the gamesmanship's going to happen. The voting's probably dumb, but it's like not wide open enough where it's like a fill in your own hero type of thing where it's like you can only choose these 6, where it's like it's the really worst possible outcome, I guess.
Well, the thing that I know that this, I don't know if this would hurt or help the game, but I could just see like a bunch of people try to band together and make sure that all the heroes that when they get released are the exact same hero type and crash and basically just curse the game into the ground because there's only tanks in this game. There's no flanks and medics and DPSs and stuff like that. But yes, Blaine is right. It's been in various forms of public beta for years. And this is Valve, which,
Valve has money?
Just a little bit.
It's just a little bit, yeah. It's nice getting that 30% cut off the top of everything. Yeah.
Okay. I was asked a question that I promised I would ask on the show, and so I'm going to ask it right now.
Let's go.
And this question is, would a game series still be worthy of its name if it's missing its main character? So, for example, if a new Tomb Raider were to come out, but there is no mention and there's no presence of Lara Croft, is it still Tomb Raider? Halo, if there's no Master Chief. Well, there was Halo Reach, which didn't have Chief in it. It was a bunch of Spartans, so
I think Tomb Raider is unique in that it needs Lara Croft. I think it depends. It's like you had Mass Effect Andromeda, which
didn't have Shepard.
Nor whether or not it's a good or bad game.
Right.
But it didn't have Shepard, and it was still, to me, Mass Effect. And it might be because of the cast of characters, meaning Mass Effect has so many things. Well, I guess, you could consider Andromeda a spinoff. But like Mass Effect in itself had so many characters where it wasn't just Commander Shepard. Whereas Tomb Raider is Lara Croft. That's it. That is the character.
And another one would be Uncharted if it didn't have Nathan Drake in it. Blaine says it depends on if you've built a brand and a world versus a character-driven IP.
Yeah. Like God of War is Kratos. I don't know. I guess you could have God of War with a Valkyrie and call it like Valkyrie of War or something. Who knows?
How about this one? Mario Brothers, but without Mario or Luigi.
Well, they've
Sonic without Sonic.
Yeah, but think about it. They created Luigi's Mansion, which I know you mentioned Mario and Luigi, but for how long was Super Mario Brother? It was Mario. Luigi was just kind of like a stupid sidekick.
Well, actually, if we want to get technical, he was Jumpman first.
Thank you, Mr. Pedantic. So, yes, you can do it. It happens. I think the spinoff is a great way of putting it, where that definitely makes a difference. And, yeah, It's also if you kill a character off, you can still continue it. Sure, why not?
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a delay in the chat. So Blaine and I were in the same main mindset with the Mario.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, it is called Super Mario Brothers, to be fair.
right.
Yeah. It does have his name in it. I guess Tomb Raider was at least not called Croft Raider.
True.
Yeah. Now it's going to be Sophie Turner Raider.
Yes, I've seen that. I still recommend the animated series on Netflix, the Tomb Raider one. It's really good.
I haven't seen it. I still enjoy the Angelina Jolie versions. They're just fun romps.
I actually enjoyed. What was the God, my camera just can't decide if it wants to like focus or not. I keep going in and out of focus. I apologize. I told you my computer. There's something going on my computer right now. It does not like me very much.
Is there a ghost in your computer?
Probably. Speaking of ghosts on the computer, I was going to go to the next thing, but since Zealeus went there, there is a new Ghost in the Shell anime that apparently is getting the most faithful adaptation yet. I'm trying to remember. Let's see here. It's only a 35-second trailer, but you get to see, of course, Kusanagi, who is the major, and the Tachikomas, which are the moving tanks. The new adaptation is by the same studio that did the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off and Dan to Dan, which should make for some really nice art.
It's going to be fucked up like Dan to Dan?
No, there's not going to be aliens that have scissors for penises. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Spoiler, I'm not going to watch it now. You just lost my interest.
But anyways, I look, give me as much Ghost of the Shell as possible. I will eat it up. I will still say that I liked the Scarlett Johansson thing, and the Major is completely cybernetic and changes bodies. So the Major doesn't have to be Asian, didn't have to be female, because the Major's ghost changed bodies and can continue to change bodies.
So it's kind of like the Doctor.
Yes, except there's no evolution. It's no you don't evolve into the next iteration. Literally, just find a new body and put their soul in there, their spirit, their ghost, whatever you want to call it.
I believe. I'm not a Ghost in the Shell aficionado. I saw the movie. I enjoyed it. It was a movie. Kind of how I felt about it.
The animated one or the live action?
The live action. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I also enjoyed the Ghost of the Shell Standalone Complex, which is the series.
That was good. I did watch that.
I'm a huge. If you look at my desktop, I have the Laughing Man logo. I have a Laughing Man messenger bag here somewhere as well. But anyways, it'll be exciting to see. I think this Ghost of the Shell might come out sometime this year, maybe. Oh yeah. First broadcast is confirmed for July 2026.
That would be this year.
Yep. Thanks, Blaine. Hope to see you soon, man. And I can't spell either. That's why I decided just to say it out loud instead of try to type it, because my fingers on the keyboard were not making words.
Well, what happens if you don't talk real well?
Then I'm double screwed, and that would not surprise me. But anyways, Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And this is, of course, the friends of the show. So to start off, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we're going to give is the AV Master himself. That, of course, is Noodleboy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodleboy Media, previously Wet Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout out we're going to give is to an individual who was actually at my house earlier today to help get some of those aches and pains from way too much basketball, way too much time spent in a computer chair, and probably a little bit too much gaming as well. And that, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. The next shout out we're going to give is to the music maestro himself, and that, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion? CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. And the final shout out we got to give is to the original backer on Patreon for Alter Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Ax leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings, and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Ax. Championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. And my God, am I having trouble just reading off a freaking sheet. I keep getting lost. My brain no worky right now, okay?
All right, work the worky.
I'm trying. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that all of you are dying to know, how do I become a friend of the show for Alter Confusion? Well, it's quite simple. Alter Confusion survives on love and support of fans like you, and that's why we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, vampires, werewolves, swamp creatures, mummies, supporters, and more to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers that you can pledge at. There's the $1 a month tier. That's $1 a month or $12 a year. What you get at that is access to all the early access playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in patron-only posts. Now, if you're feeling a little extra frisky, you could bump that up to $5 a month. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. What that gets you is everything at the $1 tier, plus your name or organization added to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. So if you want to become a patron of Alter Confusion, go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/Altered Confusion today. Now, I also know that, ladies and gentlemen, you are dying to know, how do I get my hands on some sweet Alter Confusion swag? Perhaps like a hat or a beanie, which I finally am showcasing the beanie off. Or maybe a vinyl sticker or a coffee cup or a pet food bowl or I can't remember the other stuff off the top of my head now. If you're interested, go to alteredconfusion.tv/merch. That's MERCH, and you can check out all the stuff that's available there. I think that they're all reasonably priced. Ooh, there's Altered Confusion socks, which I'm still trying to convince my wife to allow for me to buy so I could showcase those. But we'll see.
Wait, you can't just buy them?
I should, but I spent a bunch of money on some other stuff as of late, and so I'm not supposed to be buying anything right now.
I see.
Basically, I bought 4 T-shirts that say NFC Champions. Yeah. Booyah, bitches. Anyways. I did just for Zealeus. Come on, Zealeus.
I have nothing appropriate to say. Let's just get us banned from Twitch.
Okay. Speaking of Twitch, this might get us in trouble, but let's talk about the fact that Twitch's parent company just axed 16,000 jobs. As they continue to further push an AI initiative to better gain efficiency within their company.
And what I also love is they then want to expand / renovate / retrofit, whatever it is, their warehouse to some other kind of magical warehouse.
Yep.
And then demand tax rebates and tax refunds because it's going to help the economy so much that the economy will get back in tenfold based on the tax cuts. But then there's all these job cuts.
It is estimated that that's nearly 10% of Amazon's corporate workforce just got laid off.
Yep.
Which is nuts.
The AI X-Men is coming for you and me and my hat and your beanie.
Yeah.
But it'd creepy if the AI man took your beanie. I wonder what an AI robot would look like with your beanie.
That's a very good question. I don't know the answer to that.
It's the mystery of life, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways. I would love to say that I had something else to say, but my brain has decided to turn off all of a sudden, so I am left speechless.
So this week I've been playing the heck out of a game called, you may have played it, Railgrade.
I have not, but I've heard of it. We talked about the similarities. I think the game I mentioned was Station to Station.
Yeah. It's one of those where, like, there's a bunch of different campaign maps, and they're somewhat similar, but different enough. And, like, you can either spend, like, as little time on them or kind of as much. And when it comes, it's kind of like a puzzle game wrapped in, logistics.
Yeah.
And, like, I have to perfect each map. And so each map probably takes me like 4 times as long as it really should need to. But, like, damn it, I just want that perfect logistical system. Because it looks so pretty.
Yep.
But it's just right for, like, a puzzle game with logistics of, like, having just enough complications without being, like, too overly complicated. So, good game.
There you go. I have somehow fallen back into Moonlighter 2. I was playing Baldur's Gate 3. I promise you, I was playing Baldur's Gate 3, and then all of a sudden, I got, like, I think what happened was I needed something. I think I was showing one of my kids something, and I was like, ooh, I'll just play some Moonlighter 2. I think last week I was playing Epic Tavern, which I haven't touched since. Yeah, I don't know. I've been, like, really ADHD about things. I've, like, bounced between a bunch of random stuff.
No, I get that. That's reasonable. I do the same thing.
At some point, I'm going to get back into Hades 2 and then try to Remember how to play that game?
Jeez. I have not played Hades 2 in too long, actually.
Yeah, I haven't played it since it went gold.
Yeah. The tricky part with jumping around to games, as you probably experienced, so something like Grow Grade, where you have your logistics, you keep on jumping to new maps, you kind of have like a system down, right? Like, okay, I know I need like 4 oil refineries for each factory, and I kind of know the math in my head.
Yep.
And if I take time off, and I come back to it, and I'm like now at an advanced map where I have to know these logistics to kind of beat it, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. Like, basically, how many refineries do I need? I don't remember. And then I have to do it all from scratch. So it's kind of probably one of those games, honestly, like when I stop playing it, like I'm not going to go back to. Not because it's not a bad game, just because I know that I just won't be able to pick it up again.
Well, it's like the I picked up. It was like a couple weeks ago. I decided just to play FTL, and I was like, oh shit. Is this the weapon I'm supposed to be aiming for? What were the systems that I needed? Like, I can remember what crew members I needed, but like I couldn't remember the right combo that was just like the super wrecking ball.
Yeah. Yep. I hear that.
Yeah. But anyways, where's my phone? I just want to double check something. I'm pretty sure that next Thursday, no problemos. It should be back to the regular time, and I'll make damn sure that my streaming software is going to behave itself so we don't have to start later than we were already going to start, which was late. So, good try to work out all those kinks.
It's just the nighttime edition.
Exactly. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus. It's been a pleasure getting everything on our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.